the junior teachers in our school completed the DRA, and they handed us the results, and we tracked it and put it on a class list and color coded it. Red indicated a 2 grade below level or a level 1. Yellow, which to us means proceed with caution, would indicate a level, 1 level below the grade level, or a level 2 in terms of the DRA data. And from there, what we did was we created an at-risk DRA board, which was an extension from our primary board.
We've put each student's name on a card. The cards are color-coded according to their grade. If a student is in grade 4, their name appears on a green card. If a student is in grade 5, their name appears on a blue card. And if a student is in grade 6, their name appears on a yellow card. We've then organized the cards into columns according to where they have come out according to the DRA assessment. If they are reading at a grade 2 level, their card has been placed in the grade 2 column. We have then further divided each column into high, medium, and low. This student over here, for example, is actually a grade 5 student who is reading in the middle range of the grade 4 data.
For each of our at-risk students, we've created a legend that will visually determine and tell us as teachers which areas they have received a level 1 at. So we've color-coded them. So for example, engagement are the red dots, oral fluency are the blue dots, comprehension, now we've divided up comprehension into 2 different sections. Half of them are yellow and the other 3 are green. And for each of our at-risk students, we have indicated the areas that they've received a level 1. For those students that do not have a sticker, that indicates to us, number 1, that they did not receive any level 1s in any of the DRA sections, but that tells us that we still need to address their needs.
We had all of the junior teachers come in and put their own ESL and special ed stickers onto the children in their classes' cards. And this allowed us to generate a lot of discussion as to what to do both in ESL and special ed situations with the DRA, as well as it gave us the opportunity to talk to and respond to the reasons why some of these students are on the board.
We just had a PA day where we had the opportunity as a division to sit around our at-risk board and start discussion. One of the key things is we noticed a lot of patterns. Number 1, we celebrated our successes. Remember, we did that because we didn't have many reds, and the red indicated the first section of the DRA that had
the oral fluency section. We seem to be doing quite well in that area, and the junior division as a whole, we're very pleased to see that we do have one area that we are really consistently successful in, and we were able to recognize then as a division that our areas of need throughout all the classes in the division seem to come more in the comprehension area, and that allowed us to discuss the types of things that we're doing in our classrooms and where we would like to go in our classrooms in order to improve these areas. As a result, I think, of that PA day, we've heard a lot more discussion happening in passing in the hallways and at lunch hour around the table, and even when people have common prep times, people tend to be using things that we've noticed or been discussing from the board and are starting to use that as a springboard to move forward and continue to grow and move our students along so that they are maybe no longer on this board come June DRA results or even next year for September. So people are really looking ahead as to how to use this information to drive their instruction.
Another part that, that was huge as a division is we talked about the need to refine our school plan in terms of literacy. So we actually brought up some ideas to go back to our principal and discuss just refining the writing part, because we came to realize that writing was a huge part of the DRA. So it really focused on refining our school plan, which was great. But what became quite obvious on the PA day was the shared responsibility that we have as a division now for all students, not just the students in our class, but for all students.
And we've looked at the division as a whole, and we've looked at each grade and how it impacts the next year's teacher or how it impacts them in their next grade and in their quest to become stronger, better readers.
Of course, this whole system is evolving, but it's great that we're all evolving as a team. And the fact that we're looking into having some sort of mid-year assessment.
We're trying to combine the idea of the areas that we're assessing in DRA with a quicker maybe form to do a mid-year assessment so that we don't leave these kids hanging from September through till June, that we're able to take a look specifically at these at-risk students and find out how far they've come midway before we do our formal assessment again at the end of the year in June, and that we're making sure that these kids are moving along and that they are progressing to where they need to be.